The Diplomatic Perspective. The Diplomatic Perspective with your host, Suleiman Al-Zahafi. Hi, welcome ladies and gentlemen to yet another episode of The Diplomatic Perspective. You are joined with myself, Suleiman Al-Zahafi, here with our amazing next guest. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and a privilege to have joining us on the show in the capital city of Riyadh of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Sheng-Ping Teng, the representative of Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Suleiman. Hello. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's our absolute pleasure, Your Excellency. Especially, speaking about Taiwan and speaking about the amazing cultures and everything. Many people, I'm sure, Your Excellency, they've heard Taiwan and everything. But with today's discussion, we're going to have more further insights of Taiwan.
Yes.
Your Excellency, please introduce yourself and tell us more about yourself.
Yes. I have a very special background because I visited Saudi Arabia a long time ago when I was 10 years old, because my father was a diplomat also. He was working in our embassy. That time I was in Jeddah, so I visited Saudi Arabia. I came to Saudi Arabia in 1975, and because my father loved Saudi culture very, very much, so he asked me to enter the local school, which is Arabic school. So I studied in Saudi Arabia from the elementary school, high school, junior high school, senior high school, which is 9 years. So I can speak fluent in Arabic and understand an Arabic Saudi culture. And then I went back to Taiwan to continue my study in medical school. But after a few years, I think medical science is a little bit hard for me, and I really love Saudi Arabia. So I transferred to the political science, and then after I graduated from university, I entered the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Taiwan. Then I first post to my life was Bahrain. Also, it's very close to Saudi Arabia. I still remember when I was working in Bahrain, and one day I bring my wife visit Riyadh that time.
Okay.
And I mentioned to my wife, maybe that was 2001, still more than 20 years ago. I told my wife, maybe one day I will come here. What do you think about Saudi Arabia, especially about Riyadh? Because our office already transferred from the Jeddah to Riyadh.
Okay.
She said, marvelous. I like Riyadh very much. It's a great country. It's a high tone, maybe many places. People is very friendly, and there are more shopping center, more just like a Faisaliyah. I like it very much. I can spend one day in this place, just only Faisaliyah. Yeah. And the food is very delicious. I have many friends, Taiwanese friends also, and so Arabic people is very friendly to us. So I feel very happy about that. My wife loves your country. And then I transferred to Philippines for 3 years. Then I went back to Taiwan because some family reason. I stayed in Taiwan in that time it's about 10 years old. And in 5 years ago, I have a chance to work in several different country in the abroad. But my boss mentioned to me, he said, maybe you have a chance to become the head of office in Saudi Arabia. If you like it, he will be nominated me. I say, great, but I'm not qualified because to try to choose. This is very, very important post. I mean, head of office in Saudi Arabia. Indeed. Because we have a very long historical relations with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We always think that Saudi Arabia is our best friend in the world. So I don't think I'm qualified to be the head of office. But finally, my minister chose me. I'm very lucky. I came to here with my family, just like me, just like my father. This is a wonderful experience for me. Wonderful.
Indeed, it's very exciting, especially, I'm glad that your family enjoyed it, and you kind of actually grew up here, so you consider it actually like home.
Yes. So my son, like me, grew up in Riyadh. Yeah.
So just remind us, tell us how long you actually have been in the kingdom and how you came about wanting to learn Arabic. Was it to engage with society, or you found it like a very interesting language? Tell us your story about it.
Okay. Well, to tell the truth, when I first time I entered because I entered local school, I entered which is government school in Jeddah. Well, in the beginning, it's a little bit difficult for me because I just knew very, very little phrases or words Arabic. But the teacher is very friendly, always pay a high many times to teach me, and my classmates, they are always friendly, try to teach me Arabic. I feel very, very happy. After only half year, I can become speaker Arabic. But of course, it's not very fluently, but I can play with them, discuss with the many question with them, and know the culture. And only after 1 year, I become a very active member in the class. And well, to tell the truth, my grade of the Arabic language, for instance, like grammar, I always got the highest score in,
Wow, that's
in the
amazing.
class. Yeah. Till now, maybe I can bet you my grammar is better than you.
I'm sure you're gonna win that bet very quickly, very very quickly. I
I always speak very highly about the education system of Saudi Arabia in that time because the teacher is a little bit strict to tell the truth, but the classmate, it's amazing. It's really amazing. They always pay very high attention to me and teach me the Arabic. Also say I still remember the first day I visited school. I don't understand none of the words, but they also try to anyway to make me understand. For instance, they draw something or and painting something to make me understand what you have to do. And of course, I'm very lucky. I have some. We say the Bukhari. Bukhari, the Bukhari is actually originally they are Chinese also, but they came to Saudi Arabia a long time ago. Some of them speak some little bit Mandarin, and they try to also teach me about some Arabic. Well, it's not difficult for me to tell the truth. It's not difficult, even not difficult for my son also.
Wow.
Oh, he learned Arabic very quickly also. Maybe next time when you meet him, my son Edward, you will feel very surprised about his Arabic also.
Yeah, after many individuals such as your son come into the kingdom, I'm never surprised anymore because some of them they speak very fluent. They learned at a younger age, and they fell in love with the language. And especially, for
Yes.
example, many Taiwanese individuals come into the kingdom for business and tourism and everything else. A lot of them they actually learned it back in Taiwan as a second language in the colleges and university and high school. And they speak it very good in formal Arabic. So after meeting a lot of them like that, I realized like the Taiwanese people are very invested in their education and learning more.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But also because when I was studying in the university that at Taiwan, because we have some good Saudi teachers. They also taught me a lot of Arabic when I was that time I was in a university. Oh, they also try to their effort to taught our students some Arabic. Well, they got a very good result also. Very good also.
I'm very excited to hear that, especially last time I will say the first time I visited Taiwan, I was amazed even when I met Saudis there. We were going there for I think the mosque was called King Faisal or King Abdulaziz in Taiwan.
Yes. Yes.
And I saw Saudis and a lot of people from the Middle East and everything, and it was quite amazing. So they were able to kind of even tell me their experiences coming from the Middle East to Taiwan.
Yes. Well, give us some little bit of time promote some. Really, in our image, we always think Saudi. It's a representative of all Arab countries. So when you say you're Saudis, every Taiwanese they will like you because our long historical friendship, a long time ago, long time ago, till now.
Indeed.
We're still looking forward. Many of my friends looking forward to visit your great country.
Thank you so much. And Your Excellency, elaborate more about your experience in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and what are some of the highlights that you feel that was very important to mention during your official post?
Oh, that's another story. When I was in Saudi Arabia, which is almost 45 years ago, that time I only have a chance to visit Jeddah and Taif only. That's only place. I never been in Riyadh. But this time when I came to Saudi Arabia, that was 5 years ago. I still remember that time was Ramadan time, yeah, and the people still fasting. But only after a few days, your government start to announcing the woman can drive in the next year, and then start to many new regulation. For instance, you encourage tourism and encourage people to work in the society. I guess the one of the most important for me is very amazing because start to encourage tourism. So of course I have many chance nowadays. I mean, during these 5 years, I visit many cities of your city. For instance, I visit Jalajid, I visit Majma, I visit Khavj, I visit Dammam, I visit Hafuf, I visit Tabuk, I visit Qasim, of course. Many places in Qasim, and Qasim is a province, and I'm very surprised your country has such a lot of historical, beautiful scenery. It's really surprising. And even I'm trying, my family, I didn't visit Ola, but my wife and my son, they visit Ola, and now I understand Ola actually it's the same place like Petra in the Jordan.
Yeah.
So you have too many. I mean, it's amazing. The historical scenery. Oh, unbelievable. So I speak highly about it. Your government start to welcome people to visit your country and to know all about, because this is a human heritage, and this
Indeed.
is a new country, just like a really new country. It's really amazing. And second thing that make me amazing, because your people, in the beginning of the, we say the new policy before the 5 years, some of my friend, when they apply the visa to Saudi Arabia, to tell the truth, they spend maybe 2 years or 3 years to apply because they need many application, many certificate.
Yeah.
But after you start the tourism visa, only 10 minutes. You cannot believe it. It's so quickly, so easy. And then you can get a visa and very reasonable price and visit Saudi Arabia very quickly. And to tell the truth, before I came to Saudi Arabia, many people mentioned to me, your your service, the customs service or immigration will take a long time.
Okay.
But to tell the truth, I'm very surprised. It's so efficient nowadays. Only your immigration is more efficient. Your immigration or customer service is more efficient than the Europe. To tell the truth, I just visited Europe a few days ago.
We're
very
glad to
quickly.
Hear that. We're very glad to hear
quickly. I didn't know how your government can make it, but it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. Of course, about a Riyadh season and Jeddah season, because some of my Taiwanese friends, visit your country and see the different tourism season. Oh, it's really amazing. It's unbelievable, and many of them start to love your country just like you love Taiwan. For me, I have to say my major is political science. Usually, we say that development of country is not easy. But
true.
Your country developed in these 5 years so quickly, so efficient, and so successful. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Your Tawakalna.
Yeah.
This APP, well, I guess it's the best one in the whole world. In the day of the coffee, everybody knows the challenge of the coffee is how difficult for the whole older human being. Your government start to give the people vaccine free and so efficient, so quickly in very short times, and all. I guess it's all department of your government, not only the Ministry for Health, even I guess Ministry of Defense and Ministry for Interior. Some of the staff, they support this policy and make the people have the fully vaccinated. Only several months.
Yeah, in several months was completed. Yeah, it was amazing.
Unbelievable. And your Tawakalna, this is one of the amazing. Through this Tawakalna, your government is completely e-government now, not like before. So what I have to say, the COVID is challenge for all the human being. But your country, you set a challenge, we say, and then upgrade your country.
As a possibilities, yeah.
Yeah, this is it's a very successful the example for the whole world, because some people still suffer for the COVID, but your country already upgrade. I say this is a great experience for a case study for political development or economic development. It's really amazing for me. Well, I still say this is amazing. It's really amazing.
We're very glad for the amazing feedback, Your Excellency.
Yeah, this is true. Nobody ever can deny. And one of another things which I say it's really successful. You just finished the Hajj of this year, and there are 1 million people almost come from different countries, and your government can give them very pleasant journey, and still can give. To defend the COVID and without any afraid, and everybody very happy come to Saudi Arabia to do the Hajj and Umrah and return his mother country, and your country is still very well. No too much cases COVID, which somebody worry about that.
It was very well managed. Yes.
Yeah, this is a very successful example. Well, I really say that this is really a miracle. I have to say it's a miracle.
And thank you for that. It is very true.
Unbelievable.
It's very true. A lot of efforts was made to make sure that the health and safety of the population for Saudis and even the guests of the kingdom. But also, Your Excellency, please tell us. Taiwan and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has a long and many years of bilateral cooperation. Tell us more about it, and what does the future hold? Speak about the past and, of course, the future.
Okay, actually, the former name is Republic of China. So in the 1957, we already have an embassy in your country that was in Jeddah. And we have a very close relations, and economically, culturally, educationally from that times. In 1980s, we have almost about 10,000 technician and expert working in Saudi Arabia in that times with the Korea companies in Jeddah. So if you visit Jeddah and you ask some old people, and you mention to them, or maybe all of them have a great experience, friendship with Taiwan, or in that time they say Chinese, Sini. They will know Sini, yeah. So from that time we has many wonderful memory to cooperate with you, and even because many expert or professional people work in Saudi Arabia. So we have some medical doctors serve in your public hospital and Jeddah New Clinic Hospital and Hafuf Hospital. That was 1980s, and so we have 3 minister of health was working in Saudi Arabia. Even one of our minister of defense was working in Saudi Arabia before.
Okay.
Yeah. Even some of our minister of education, they work in Saudi Arabia before when they were very young. So if you go to Taiwan and to find some people, aged people, older than me, of course, and maybe he was working in Saudi Arabia. So this is why so many Taiwanese, they are willing to visit your country to find their wonderful memory when we were young.
We're trying to relive our youth, as they say.
Yes. They still have many, old friends in your country, different part of country. It's just like I just talked with my colleague. He say he just contact with his old teachers, Saudi teachers, in Taiwan, and invited me to join the dinner with them. I said I like it. When I was in Taiwan, I always looking forward any Saudi people visit Taiwan for the international conference or for the business trip. When I see any Saudi friend come here, even I didn't know him. Most of them I didn't know them, but I like to contact them. I like to speak with them. I like to provide some service with them because when I was young, when I was a child, I didn't know anything. But my teacher, my classmate, they always give me best service for me and make me you can say that give me the skill to make money. And this skill make me until now. I still make money by my Arabic language professional. No, until now.
I remember just like the previous individual that was here, Mr. Ibrahim.
Yes.
I was amazed how well his Arabic was.
Yeah.
Speaking to him and his experience, and his son was here and everything. I was amazed, and he brought up to as a topic of saying is like how easy and what do you do with the Arabic? He said, I feel like I talk to Arabic every day.
Yes.
It's like with everything, anything. He said it not only simplify it, but is able for me to engage more with the population and with the culture. And that was a very
Yes.
good point. When you go to any nation or any country of interest for business or work or even tourism, learn the language is meaning you're learning the culture. So I loved how
Of
he
course,
how
you're
he
right.
paraphrased it. And it was like perfectly simplified. Your
Yes.
Excellency, you mentioned also about the bilateral cooperation and everything for many years. Tell us, how do you see about the 5 years progress that happened in the kingdom? You mentioned the Tawakkalna and everything. What else do you
Yes.
see that's been developed in the past 5 years in regarding of progress in the kingdom?
Well, in the first, because first when I came here, I noticed that your government come to a new policy. For instance, your government very emphasized about economic affairs, economic development. So what I have to do first, I request your government sign the double taxation avoidance agreement,
I
which
like
will
that.
be, will encourage investment between two sides, and just already entry into force end of last year. I guess this already encouraged a lot of Taiwanese business people came to here. Secondly, I strongly encourage. We have a NGO we call the Taitra, which is very similar to the JCHO and COTRA. This organization, NGO, is in charge about to promote the bilateral trade, and it's very important NGO office. Before we have we have one office in the Arab country, that is in Dubai. But I tell the chairman of Taisho, I say, well, to tell the truth, the biggest market in the Middle East is Saudi Arabia. You should establish. So the chairman trusts me, and now he already established this office last month only.
Wow, so it's recently brand new.
Yes, it's a very brand new. And then after he established the office, he will lead during these 5 years, of course, we already sent many trade or business delegation come to Saudi Arabia. And end of this year, and he will lead another big delegation came to Saudi Arabia to do some promote. Because the trade or economic affairs, which will be enhance the bilateral relation, especially now kingdom are encouraged about made in Saudi Arabia. We Taiwanese are very famous for the technique.
Yes,
Most
indeed.
of the Taiwanese, they are good technician or engineer or expert. They just maybe just few days ago, the CNN, Mr. Farid Zakaria, he just interviewed one of the chairman of a company, very famous company, TSMC, which is for the made chips for the very important electrical equipment like a mobile, like a camera, like a EV car, like that. And he also very interested about why Taiwan can have such good technique which is best one in the world. I also would like to introduce this kind of technique to Saudi Arabia. So during this, I'm sure because we already signed the agreement, then we already have a trade office, a branch office in Saudi Arabia, which we only have a new one in Riyadh, another one in Dubai. So it's good for us, and I'm definitely sure in very soon we will. There are many Taiwanese businessmen will come to here, and also I would like to also speak highly or about your representative, Saudi representative in Taiwan. He also, Mr. Adil Dayadi, he also encouraged both sides economic cooperation very hard, and we already did many video conference because of COVID. But now it's already post-COVID era. I guess start from the
Start
after
developing.
the just maybe next month only. There will be some company come to from Taiwan to visit Saudi Arabia, or from Saudi Arabia visit Taiwan also. By the way, we already there is a big electronic bus company already promised to come to Saudi Arabia to make a joint venture just 2 months ago, only 2 months ago.
Okay, so it's
Yeah.
a lot happening in a very short time, which is very exciting.
Yeah, very happening. Yes, I'm very optimistic about the future between our two countries. I always tell my colleagues, so I saw the prosperous era between Taiwan and Saudi Arabia when I was a child. I want to bring those back again during my terms, because I wanted to make people, Taiwanese people, to understand what is good for Taiwan, and I also like to make Taiwanese people know what is good in Saudi Arabia.
Indeed.
I also encourage the Taiwanese businessmen in the central of Taiwan, maybe you have visited it before, to organize, we say, the association, we say the Friendship of Saudi Arabia, special only for the Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
This is also brand new association. They already visited Riyadh just 2 months ago also, and then they will lead another delegation end of the November of this end of this year, I guess. And I continuously encourage the businessmen come to Saudi Arabia to know the new market, new society, new generation, especially young generation, just like you. It's full of power. I can say that, full of power. Yeah.
And wow, it's amazing. I'm very honored to hear even that, like a special division for Saudis. So it goes to show a lot is happening. But Your Excellency, a lot of people, or I'll say listeners, or anywhere in the world, they hear about Taiwan, or they know some about Taiwan, they hear about it, yet they don't know too much about it.
Yes.
What would you rather say? Because you mentioned a lot of very valid points, about Taiwan, their development, the growth, and everything. And Taiwan is becoming even a more one of the high index in regarding even expats living in Taiwan. I read this a while back, and I was surprised. Like, people are starting to realize it now, because when I was there a few years ago, I loved it. I enjoyed it. So what do you like to say regarding that?
Yeah, I will. I always say the reason to make Taiwan so successful, there are two reasons, many reasons. First reason, because our political system is very stable, just like your country, and everybody loves the government, very supportive about the policies. Secondly, the people, we Taiwanese always think about always remember one word. We say that learning is valuable than everything else. So everybody, they like to go to study. So this is to make the people very knowledgeable and like to become like an engineer or technician. So of course, we are Taiwan is is island. So the people in island, they're more willing to learn about a different culture. Just like you say, we are very diversified. So we like we're very even a very small country, but you can enjoy the different food. Not only different food from China, Chinese food, but also different food from the Japan, from the Korea, from the Italy, from the Euro, French food. Yeah. So because we are very small, but we are very diversified. This is a reason of success of our country, and then we welcome different people. No matter you are the people from the Africa, from the Middle East, will be Europe or America or Australia, and for us, we highly respect every religion also. In Taiwan, you will see when you say you're a Muslim, they say, okay, you're a Muslim, we have a halal food for you.
Yes.
We have a place for the pray, and we know you have to wudu, we know that, and even because there's many universities now in Taiwan, because we welcome Muslim students come to Taiwan, we make special the toilet for them, special place for the pray, because we respect different religion. Yeah, we think that every religion is equal, and this is the same like your country also. So So respect different culture is one of a secret of our success, I guess. So
Indeed, and it goes to show, Your Excellency, that the more you know about a culture, especially Taiwan, the more you're able to appreciate the effort that goes into to highlight the success of it today.
thank you.
Taiwan, also, Your Excellency, is a small region yet very strong in regards to economics. You mentioned some very good points because when I went there was something that I was told about, like one year, like the GDP, or I won't say GDP, but like the revenue or something was one year was down because that was like a moment where they were kind of analyzing what needs to be done, and the year after it was like in high profits. So they
Yes,
realized, they studied the matter for that period, and they sacrificed a lot, but the sacrifice was completely worth it. Because I see now everything was made in Taiwan, the product of Taiwan, the quality of Taiwan. Even here in the Saudi market, Taiwanese product is top notch. Tell us
thank
more
you,
about
thank
that.
you. Sorry.
Tell us more about
Yeah,
the strong
because
economics.
we Taiwanese people, because we are come from we are island people. Island people, the people in island, they always are thinking how to solve the problem, and we are very pragmatical. We like to solve different problem and try to maybe to make some new innovation. For instance, we are always thinking, what is a new business model? What is a new business model? If this kind of product, for instance, maybe, for instance, I'll give you one example. For instance, now you see the milk tea in the real become more popular.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is originally come from Taiwan.
Really?
And then, it's already originally come from Taiwan. If you don't, maybe you visit the Park Avenue. They are a very famous branch. They call the Tiger Sugar. That was Tiger Sugar. It's one of the very famous, bubble tea in Taiwan. Bubble tea in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And if you go to London, you will see many bubble tea in Taiwan. But where it's come from, bubble tea? Bubble tea is just invented by one of the restaurant in Taiwan. You just bring some cold tea and mix with milk and bring something bubble. But bubble before we don't eat with the tea. But then we mix it and thinking maybe we can bring some brown sugar to by the special recipe, and then we can produce a new things will be very welcome for the public, especially for the ladies. And then this kind of product, the bubble tea, we're thinking how to promote with the different business skill. So if you see the bubble tea in Taiwan, if the next time you visit it, or you go to London or Paris also, you will see they sell the bubble tea with a very unique way, and combine with the different product. For instance, like the bubble tea, maybe they will bring some bubble coffee like that. This is very unique also. So this is one example. We are very pragmatical to think of something. Secondly, I can say one of the most famous company, we say TCMC, the biggest chips company for the whole world. They are thinking the best. Of course, we have a very good technique, which is the best one in the whole world. But the business model of TSMC also is very unique, which is invented by Taiwanese also. So we are very good in the technology. In the technology, we always try to invent something new. But in terms of a business model, we also try to think about a new business model.
One thing
the world is changing very quickly.
One thing that I felt like saved the world, literally, if I might be mistaken, but I doubt it. The N95 mask.
Yes.
Was made by Taiwanese doctor or researcher, right?
Yes, that's true.
That literally saved the world.
N95, yes, it's invented by one Taiwanese doctor. Yes, medical doctor. Yes,
and
that's
he's
true.
An older guy, retired and everything. He came out of retirement. I might be mistaken, but that's what I remember. And just at the top of my mind, that he was trying to make it cheaper because the world needed it urgently and more efficient. So can you imagine, you create a product very efficient and a very low cost, and you come out of retirement to make it even cheaper and a better quality? To be honest, that's what really a golden heart for the world, you know? So I definitely, that one, I give him the most respect ever.
Yeah, you're right. So this is another thing you just mentioned, very important point, how to lower down the cost. Another one of a very famous Taiwanese company we call the Foxconn. The founder of the Foxconn is Terry Guo. He visited Saudi Arabia just 3 years ago, and also met your Crown Prince, His Royal Highness also. And he's also still the thinking about how to cooperate with your country and to discuss with your government also. And
Yeah.
he is very famous for how lower down the cost. This is one of our secret of success. Another one of very famous Taiwanese company for the petrochemical industries, we call it Formosa Plastic. This is also very, very famous, just like a SABIC, very huge company. And they also have a very close relation with Saudi Arabia because they bought a lot of oil from your country, and then they produce many petrochemical products. Okay, and he also very famous for the low cost. This is a secret, but we always try to think how to achieve this goal. And so that's why we can succeed, compete with the different countries.
So I guess the secret is out now.
Yes. We would like to share with your country also. So these businessmen, they already start, especially after after your country become a new country, open your door to welcome the different people come to invest in your country. Sooner or later they will come here. Many of them already came to start a study with your entrepreneur now, and I also encourage more come to near future.
Indeed, we're very excited for that, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
I want to talk also something about my personal visit to Taiwan a few years ago, and I was very surprised and impressed by everything, especially the culture, economic strength, and how popular tourism is. What should the listeners know about these key points, especially for the ones visiting or want to visit Taiwan for the first time?
Oh, okay. For if you first time visit Taiwan, I can explain Taipei, our capital, which is very similar to Singapore. It's you can say it's a very commercial city and very international city, very similar to Singapore, like Hong Kong. And but if you have chance, but this is one of the city of Taiwan. If you have chance to visit Taichung, which is the middle of the Taiwan, Taichung is famous for his industries. We have many science park, and we also have another science park in Hsinchu. Hsinchu, it's I guess you visit Hsinchu Science Park already. This is a secret of our success for our technology.
Is it
also.
the park on the far east of the island?
Yes. That
it was
very
beautiful,
famous.
very beautiful on the mountains and greenery and everything.
Yes, and then if you have chance, you can visit the south of Taiwan, which is Kaohsiung and Tainan. Especially Tainan, I would like to speak some words about Tainan. Tainan is a very traditional, historical city, and if you visit that, it's old city, but you can find many Taiwanese original culture in that city. And near Tainan, you will see Kaohsiung. Kaohsiung is a very famous international port. Maybe you don't believe it. The success of Dubai, because I met many, high-ranking officer from Dubai government. He say their experience is study from the Kaohsiung also, because Kaohsiung before was international, very famous international seaport. Still very important, but before it's the biggest one in the whole world. But now it's still very famous also. If next time you have a chance to visit, I also highly recommend you to visit. And finally, I would like to emphasize one very famous tourism city of Taiwan, which is Hualien. Hualien, he is in the east of Taiwan. It's famous for its national park and famous for its high mountain, and also famous for his sea coast also. So one city you can see many beautiful natural scenery in the national garden, and different plant and different animal, and you can enjoy your life. Every time my foreigner friend came to Taiwan, I always suggest them should visit quarantine for 1 day or 2 days like that.
Hmm.
And if you wanted to taste a different taste of, a different food, I think that Taipei is a good place to enjoy that.
Taipei,
This is my very Taipei, which is our capital. This is very short. Briefing about my country.
you know, when Taipei, when I visited there, it was quite amazing. It's like a very upbeat city, and it's like I felt like people do not realize the beauty of it till they come and see it there. You know, because sometimes the pictures and videos that I was looking into before traveling there doesn't know just. You have to see it firsthand. So yeah.
Yes.
Indeed.
But by the way, I also if Suleiman, we have a chance, maybe after I would like to discuss with you how to attract the more Taiwanese people come to Saudi Arabia.
That sounds
maybe
like a good idea.
Maybe I can find some YouTuber from our country to cooperate with you.
That'll be quite lovely. I would love to introduce them to the culture and the food and
And we love to travel. Taiwanese, they love to travel. Almost every year we have 5 million people travel to abroad, but only 5 million people, they usually travel twice to the foreign country.
Wow.
Which means we almost about 10 million people travel to abroad. And Saudi Arabia is a new country new paradise for us. We should try to find some way or business way to attract those people come to your beautiful country. Let them know the beauty of the kingdom.
Indeed, sounds like definitely a to-do list, Your Excellency.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us today. Any final
Thank
words
you so much.
or message?
Thank you so much, Suleiman. Thank you, Suleiman.
Any final words or message you would like to say for our dear listeners on the conclusion of our interview?
Well, I guess this is a very good program, and I actually I didn't before you mentioned to me, I didn't know you have such great radio broadcast. From now I would like to follow your channel, and I will also like to introduce your channel to my different foreigner friends in Saudi Arabia, because all of us, I'm living in DQ, diplomatic quarter. I have many foreigner friends. For me, I better than them because I understand Saudi culture. Some of them, they like to explore the adventure, but they don't have chance. I guess your channel is good resources for them. I highly support Suleiman, your channel, and especially your program. Please let me know if you have good things for us, and I will make you transfer to my foreigner friends in the future.
We're very excited and we're very honored to have you here on today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheng-Ping Teng, representative of Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, join us for the radio program, The Diplomatic Perspective, with myself, Salman Al-Zahafi. A lot of things were discussed, ladies and gentlemen, with His Excellency, and it's very fruitful conversation, more insights on a personal matter of his life living in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, his kids learning Arabic and everything. It goes to show, when you travel the world or you meet new people, it's always I feel like it's like a new experience for yourself also, discussing and getting to know new cultures and new regions around the world. But for today, His Excellency Sheng-Ping Teng, the representative of Taipei Economic and Cultural Representative Office in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, was an amazing honor to have him on the show. And hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, our dear listeners, it was very fruitful and very insightful for you. You are joined with myself, Suleiman Al-Zahafi, until further episodes and more discussion with our amazing guests, as usual. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Diplomatic Perspective. The Diplomatic Perspective with your host, Suleiman Al-Zahafi.